For the Red Hot Chili Peppers, their slow but steady progress was halted dramatically when, on June 25, 1988, their best friend, guitarist and founding member Lel Slovak died from an accidental drugs overdose, prompting a shocked Irons to quit.
I was just dealing with his death. The band wasn't really a concern for me, one way or the other. You know, and the band just sort of took its course that it took. Yeah, you know, when he died, it was just my best friend died. You know,
it didn't stop us, you know, and it shouldn't have stopped us, in my opinion. It definitely hurt us and changed us, and you know, we were never the same from that day forward, you know, emotionally or musically or anything. But I think in the minds and hearts of Flea and myself, it was never a consideration that our work was done with this band. You know, we have a lot of tragedies and a lot of strange derailments along the way, and none of them ever gave cause to want to quit. But we did find a way to sort of make it happen, even though it wasn't the record it could have or should have been. And it would have been a much better record with Hillel and Jack Irons. But you know, we did find one of the coolest drummers in the world, Cliff Martinez, to come and play with us on a couple of records.
Determined to continue, Anthony and Flea enlisted drummer Chad Smith and guitarist John Frusciante, a fan of the band who knew every riff and who would prove to be the perfect songwriting foil they needed.
it was a completely different band with a different feeling, but at the same time, I mean, it was so much of the momentum that we had from the other records, and I know for myself, I can't really speak for Anthony, but just for myself, I felt like I had really found my voice as a rock musician, you know, and the type of music that I was composing, and it definitely, you know, what I had done up to that point had a lot to do with the way that record was.
To me, it's very much a first record for a band. It sounds like a band's first record, Mother's Milk. It doesn't sound like their fourth record, you know, because we're still getting to know each other and still finding out ways of working with each other, and it sounds very, you know, sophomoric in a way. We just didn't know who the hell we were at that point. You know, we had this kind of teenage prodigy on guitar who was just, you know, bursting with enthusiasm and very energizing for the band, and you know, it was a great beginning, because I developed a new relationship with a person that I could write songs with, which is always you know, a very kind of temperamental thing for someone like myself who doesn't really play piano or guitar, to find someone that I can get inside of and, you know, have them be that instrument for me when I'm writing, and vice versa. So that was the beginning of a very, you know, fruitful relationship as songwriters, and Chad was just this very sort of mysterious Midwestern powerhouse, you know, who never grew up listening to eccentric music, really. Was pretty, you know, on the straight rock and roll path, and something about this new chemistry we found was more appealing to the masses, I think. He sort of gave us that every man's ear